That's not recorded. Hey, everybody, it's Scoop Talk.
Hugh,
Kellenberger, Dustin, Dopirak. Inside the hall, Zachary, Osterman. Alex Bozich is our PA for the evening, so he's off camera.
He's passing us note cards. He says, IU 8-1 when leading at the half.
Now 9-1.
Now 9-1.
That's true.
So Indiana breaks its 6-game losing streak, wins its first Big Ten game in impressive fashion, defeating Michigan.
Yep.
Here at Scenic Assembly Hall. It was a rocking Assembly Hall. Best crowd of the season so far by a large margin.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys, what can this mean for going forward? I mean, they go to Wisconsin, they go to Iowa next week. What about this do they have to carry?
Well, they have to carry all of it because, I mean, you watch this game and you wonder where this team was. And it looked nothing like what you've seen in the last 6 games. I mean, you know, there was energy. They were alive. They did what they were supposed to do. This looked nothing like the team you saw against Northwestern or anything else. I mean, basically, they have to be this team as opposed to what they've been the last 6 games. I mean, this, compared to what you've seen, pretty much came out of nowhere. And, you know, Verdell Jones played like you remember Verdell Jones playing when he was good. Christian Watford actually posed a little bit. I mean, they looked like
he played like the guy that is capable of playing the point guard in this offense.
Right. Exactly.
The combination of aggressive penetrator / finisher.
Yeah. He was brilliant. I mean, his mid-range game was as good, as it's been. I mean, that's what he does, really, really well. He's 9 for 10 for the field. I mean, that's obviously his, bread and butter, basically, and he was money on it tonight, basically. He was just attacking on the pick and roll, hitting those elbows, and just knocking down shots.
It was a very complete game.
Yeah.
It was as complete a game as I think Indiana's played in a really long time. And I mean, I'm even talking about some of the bad teams that came in here. Offensively, defensively, you could see the game plan and you could see them executing the game plan. They got a lot of what they wanted. Even the turnovers, the sort of 3-point drought to start the game, none of it hurt them. They pretty much removed Zach Novak from the offense. Which is something that you always have to worry about with Michigan, in the drive and kick, and they did what it looked like they wanted to do with Darius Morris in terms of containing him, forcing him to his left. A lot of his points came in garbage time. Yeah. So
he had 22 and 7, but you would have never looked at it.
That was a terrible 22.
Yeah.
Is it possible that Indiana was the first team to figure out that Darius Morris can't go to his left?
He cannot. I don't know whether he can or he doesn't. I mean, he just didn't want to.
Yeah.
Verdell Jones opened. I mean, Verdell Jones. I've never seen Verdell Jones shade someone so far to his right side.
Yeah, he did.
To the player's right side, and Morris would still.
He was daring
to
him to go left
around. Jones to the right. I mean, and when he would go to the left, he would still try to change to his right hand on layups, or he, as you pointed out, off camera. Kind of do something weird, little turnaround, spin in the lane. Blew at least one layup that I can think of. I mean, he is just clearly uncomfortable with his left hand.
Yeah, I mean, going to his left, he couldn't even kick it out. Like, he had to turn around and then try to find a way to kick it out. Like, it was that uncomfortable.
And when they did get beat to the right, they did a good job of forcing him all the way down to the baseline too.
Yeah,
a lot of times kind of trapped him. They get beat, but they recover enough to trap him down in the baseline and force him to throw it.
And they had a lot of situations where they helped and just made him miss relatively short shots. I mean, whether it was Morris or somebody else. I mean, Michigan missed a lot of, not necessarily bunnies, but something within 5 feet. They were already always challenging wherever the shot was at. I thought Pritchard and Watford did a really good job of, even when they were helping within 5 or 7 feet of the basket, they were at least getting a hand up, and whether they blocked it or not, or even altered it, they messed with the guys just enough that they were missing shots. Michigan missed from all over. I mean, they missed a lot of threes.
And in the second half, Michigan started getting open looks that they were missing. Novak had 3 or 4 threes that were fairly open, and he just missed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the big thing to me was how aggressive Indiana came out from the start of this game. It had been a bad trend during the losing streak where they kind of went out and tried to feel the other team out and see where they wanted to play the game at, and then respond to that. And I went back and looked at when Verdell 6:25 left or so cut through the lane, got a layup, got fouled. It was a nice, real aggressive move, kind of move that you said Verdell makes well. And it put Indiana up, I think, 13. It was 24-11. At that point in the 6 losses, Indiana had been only up by 1 only up once against Colorado and had been down 9 twice, 7 and 11 in the 4 Big Ten games. And so just that first 7 minutes of Indiana being aggressive and setting that tempo forces the rest of the game to be played at third pace and forced Michigan to play from behind, which Michigan does not do well.
No. I mean, that's not their game. And Michigan is a very different sort of team to play. I mean, they don't attack the glass really. I mean, they got this kind of wide open, but also somewhat Princeton-esque way of going about things. If it doesn't go well early, it seems to, kind of degenerate.
Yeah, it does. Zach, what did you think about the balance on the offense? Late in the game, Michigan did try to make a run. They cut it down to 11 a couple of times. Jordan Holtz comes with some dagger threes. Matt Roth has a couple of threes. Christian has some shots. There was a lot of balance in the offense. This team, it seemed, got back to what it was doing during the non-conference portion of the schedule, where you didn't know who was going to score at any particular possession.
Yeah, I think that came back to the aggressiveness, and I know that's kind of a cliche thing we're all falling back on, but when you're aggressive, the offense works because it collapses defenses. It provides kickouts. It provides little, sort of dish off in the lane around a guy, or you get fouled. I think 16 of 20 free throws tonight, so another good night in terms of getting to the line. And because if everyone's being aggressive, I think that's part of not really knowing where the scoring is going to come from. Because if everybody is being aggressive, then it opens up something for everyone. And the other thing was, I mean, it felt like, you talk about Roth coming in and just hitting that three right away. It felt like this team was just, that old sort of tired cliche of feeding off of confidence. It felt like this team, just once they got rolling early, they never looked uncomfortable. Even when Michigan would bring it back close, they would make a play. I can't remember the last time, and I'm not trying to sound flippant, but I can't remember the last time in Big Ten play that I saw Indiana look so comfortable when they needed a basket.
But you mentioned something about, saying not knowing where the next basket is going to come from. But I think kind of tonight reminded you, and you hadn't seen it in a while, how much better this offense is when Jones and Watford are clicking. I mean, when it really comes down to it, they are still, at their best, the most talented offensive players that they have right now, with Creek not being really Maurice Creek. When they have those two guys, then they have to focus on those two guys. I mean, obviously, Beeline was, giving all kinds of praise to Verdell Jones tonight, and they need him to be that good. When they're not that good, you don't know where the offense is going to come from at all. You don't know who's going to do anything. And in this case, is when they know they're going to get something out of Jones and Watford, then they can move it around. Then it spreads out. Then Watford gets open lanes. Roth gets open looks. Like, other things happen when other teams have to really account for Jones and Watford. Know those guys are going to be dangerous. I mean, those they really have not played well. They've been maddeningly inconsistent all year. But when they're both good, that's when this offense works.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at the film to really see this, but I think Christian played more of the three and more outside tonight than he had in recent games. And I think that just makes a huge difference. He just is a guy who's more comfortable playing the three.
Yeah.
Like, his body sometimes pushes him to play the 4 or even the 5 on this team, but I think he's just happier. I think he's more consistent. He's in a better state of mind when he's out there, and he's a guy that can penetrate and get to the lane and then get to the line. I think that, Indiana has some
he's
problems.
Still not getting to the line enough.
No.
He's
Tonight,
not.
Was it 4 free throws? Was it?
Yeah.
But
But
six
free throws.
And he made all 6.
Yeah. No,
and some of that is Michigan, and some of that is Michigan just doesn't
Yeah.
really defend all that well.
No, they're just not physical.
Right, they're not
Michigan's
physical. Christian's going to get to the line driving when somebody's really trying to get in him, and he drives through them.
Yeah.
Tom's talked about that. That's what Christian needs to do in order to get to the line. When a guy's playing 2 feet off of you, it's hard to make that sort of contact happen.
But part of it, quick, was mental tonight, though. I mean, and Watford said, Tom never necessarily came out and said, you're not playing hard enough, but he got the point.
Yeah.
He got the message that he had not been, showing enough energy lately, especially the Northwestern game when he just really wasn't there the first half. And he said, you know what, I did get the point, and I wanted to prove something tonight. I wanted to show that, I can play the way I'm supposed to play. And he did, and this team did. Right.
Real quick, does this Indiana team show up in Madison on next Thursday?
I mean, it might and still not win, but, it has to. This is the team that has to be there if they're going to win any, If they're going to win games, this is the team you're going to have to see.
I agree. Then margin of error. This team needs balance on offense, aggressive on defense. Only way they're going to win.
I think it's a good yardstick for the maturity and kind of that next level of growth. Can they take this performance and maintain it?
Right. Even if they don't get Wisconsin, they've got Iowa on Sunday. It's going to be a road swing. It's going to take a lot out of them.
Sounds good. Thanks everybody for watching.